What is good, friends, and welcome back. I hope that you had a great weekend so far. It's Sunday afternoon, and the Super Bowl will debut soon. So I'm not going to take too much of your time. Maybe you are a diehard football fan. So without any further ado, let's talk about this whole city, Rome in Warpath. It's the latest edition in the Conquest series. And if you think that I'm unhappy about Rome, then you are right. And I'm sure that you are unhappy as well. To be honest, I didn't expect much from Rome. I've been playing Warpath since 3 years now, and every new conquest is a disappointment. So Lilith, they outdid themselves another time. They bring us another bad conquest full of bugs and problems. Before talking about all those issues, let's talk about the good stuff because there is a little bit of good stuff. Okay, not all is bad. So in Rome, one key feature is the provided Air Force. So the Air Force is available to you. For me, it doesn't mean much, but if you have a weak jet with weak parts, Rome could be a game changer for you, as you can pick a strong jet and you have all those gold plus plus parts, which is amazing. Me, I didn't care because all my jets are pretty upgraded and I have all gold plus plus parts. But if it's not the case, then maybe you will enjoy having a different jet. So those jets, you have two fighters and one bomber. The bomber is a Liberty exclusive. It is different than the regular Liberty bomber, meaning that it will track its target. The Vortex and Whisper Wind, I mean, it got some exclusive features, but I don't know if they really work in game. A lot of the players were complaining that the provided jets are no better than the standard Air Force, and some of them even said that they are inferior in terms of performance than the regular Air Force. I'm going to test that with an opponent in a later video to verify if this claim is correct. And when you pick a jet, you can select that jet and decide to augment its um, firepower and durability and other features by collecting the Callium, which is an exclusive resource in Rome. So to collect the Callium, you can collect some daily. You can also purchase some resource package, which I don't recommend. What I did is, if I can give you a tip, I purchased the Battlestar pack. So the Battlestar pack will increase your Callium refinery production speed by 50%, and you get a daily intake of Callium, which with also some goodies. And it's an affordable pack, so might as well purchase this one if you are a moderate spender. It is affordable, and pretty much everyone who is a spender can afford this one. This is a good value. Now, the other feature about the Air Force is you have those exclusive air battle zones. So where are they? If I click on the right button, I may able to show it to you. So you go to the air combat zones. So air combat zones, they open every 2 days, around that, and there are many across the map. So there could be one close to your settlement, and maybe later on there could be a new or new to you zones that open elsewhere. The more zones you can harvest, the better the, not the buff, but the better the reputation or the rewards you get. You get a reward for the player that is active during that moment, and the alliance also receive a reward. Now you can click and see the results here, and to look into detail the air battle zone. So you have one, yeah, you have one right there. So the battle zones, they are fun, they are alright, but it's not a game changer. It's not what makes this map enjoyable. It's just another feature that is available for you. Once the novelty wears out, it's kind of boring because it's not really challenging. It's like fighting ravens. Maybe if this zone is under contest by a rival alliance, then you have to battle the your rival, the enemy, and the raven. But the raven itself, they're not hard to kill. You will most likely not lose any unit by participating in that event. Maybe if Lilith increased the difficulty level throughout the conquest, It would be interesting, but it's once you play once or twice, then after the novelty wears out. It's nothing much to it. You do it for the reward only, and it doesn't cost anything in terms of reserve. As I said, you don't lose anything. So this is for the air battle zone. So I talk about the new units, the air battle zone, which is exclusive to Rome. So let's talk about the bad stuff, the horrible stuff. So the first thing that came to mind or come to your mind is the pathfinding or the padding. We are used to the bad pathing in Warpath. You know, you send a unit to a destination, it does a little detour, not much of a deal, right? It's not a big deal. We are getting used to that now, but I don't know. Since the latest update, the pathing in Rome is absolutely horrible. I mean, I've seen unit completely go the opposite direction, and it happened that opposite direction is where the enemy is. So you lose everything. You realize that the unit go completely like the other direction instead of following a simple command of go west and it goes south. Why is that? Is it the way that Rome is programmed? I don't know. I'm not an expert in that matter, but the padding is absolutely ridiculous. It is a huge problem, and let's say they would have they said that they fix it. Imagine that. So padding is horrible. The map layout, the landscape is also a disaster. So you know how Moscow is. It's awesome. I like it personally because you can go everywhere. From north to south, east to west, you can navigate. And this is good for the winning and losing alliance. What do I mean by that? Is let's say that you are losing Moscow early in the game. You can always relocate your central command elsewhere and let the enemy chase you and then try to beat you, and they fail. So at least you can expand a little bit and enjoy the enemy trying to chase you. This is not the case in Rome because, as you can see, by the time you wait for the fort and blockhouse to open, you have time to literally build everywhere. So good luck for your enemy to try to find an empty spot where they can build a CC without getting cancelled. It's impossible. Same thing goes the other way. Now it's different because 14 and Mass, they are under retreat, they are losing. So we burned most of their land, but everything was fully built. So it's a building city. It's if you like building, you will love this city. Okay. If you like fighting, then stick with Moscow if you have the choice. But then again, you don't. So you're kind of screwed, right? So, yeah, the map layout is a problem. The other problem is, of course, when you spawn where we did in this side right there, everybody have access to two forts. So we had this fort and which one? I'm trying to find my way because once the city is evolved, it's different. So we had access to two forts. This one and this one right there. So doesn't matter which fort we could take. This fort, once you enter, it leads nowhere. You're stuck until here because there is a natural barrier. You see the mountains and the wall. You cannot go anywhere. Oh yeah, you can go there, but that's it. You're stuck. You cannot go anywhere. Sorry, the blockhouse stopped you there. So basically, the fort gives you access to not much besides a air battle and gives you access to the arm factory, but it doesn't give you access to the enemy. That is the problem. So, you have another fort here. So you go and capture this fort, but this fort leads nowhere because this chain of mountain and this wall blocks you. And you can go across, but this chain of mountain block you as well. So if you play against God, yeah, you can reach them, but you cannot go around them. So basically, you are landlocked, even if the fort opened because you are unlucky that spawn on this side. If you are this alliance right there, that spawn in the upper middle portion of the screen, then you are lucky, my friend, because you have access to this fort and this fort. So you go there and you have access to this fort. when you go to this fort, you have access to that. So you can access to this side right there and reach another enemy, and you can reach like 4 alliance if you spawn on the upper middle portion of the screen. So why is it uneven like that? It's a huge difference. I mean, I know that maps are not symmetrical, but this is a huge difference between whoever spawned in that area and that area. Why is that? Is it made on purpose? Another problem is there not enough forts and not enough blockhouse for 8 alliances. So there's only 3 blockhouse instead of 4, and I believe that there are, yeah, maybe there are 8 forts, but regardless, there are not enough blockhouse for 4 alliance. Let's say that it's a 4v4, so you assume that all the winning alliance would grab a blockhouse, but it's not. So those only 3 blockhouses. The other thing that bothers me a lot, so okay, in our situation, we control everything beside this portion right there. Okay, so the blockhouse, this one was under control by Mass in 14, this one by FWZ and Adventures, and this blockhouse was in control by 21 and God. So our coalition had 2 blockhouse, the opposition had 1. The thing, what happened is, once we reach that blockhouse guarded by the enemy, in theory, we were 5 alliance trying to push through this zone, but the reality is only 3 could build a tiny strip, a tiny corridor of villages that makes it very hard to push the enemy back. As now the enemy, they were prepared, they know what happened, and they built they built like 3 central commands trying to slow us down. And this is a disaster because this chokehold, it's the only way in and the only way out. There's no detour, there's no other way to access that region. This wall is still there, you cannot break it. So tactically wise, it is stupid because there's no alternative route to use in order to use a different tactic or maybe flank the enemy. It is not possible. So I don't know why Lilith decided to make this this choke point right there. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't promote fighting, as you're stuck in a stalemate and everybody is wasting their reserves, but the advantage goes to the team defending. When you're attacking because you only have 1 strip of claim land, all your allies are behind you, all your team is behind you. By the time that you form an army group and 200 kilometers away, they're trying to feed your group, it takes time. As the defending team, when they get destroyed, they just plop a new base and then they can keep on going, which, like I said, I don't know what was the intention behind this idea. I think it's ridiculous. It doesn't promote any action, doesn't promote any battle. You are at a standstill, and the one who purchased the more reserves back, I guess, they win. So another fail by Lilith. I don't know why they don't let us the option to go around. Only one way in and one way out is a disaster. And by the time that you can go through this blockhouse, then you have to demolish everything, as like I said earlier, the map is fully built behind you. So kind of stupid. I don't see the point, and that is one of the reasons why I dislike Rome. So and don't forget the provided jets, the air battle, all that stuff that Lilith hype a lot. It doesn't make this conquest enjoyable if you cannot fight. That is the goal. That is the idea why you enter a conquest, is to fight, not to farm and build. So why don't they let us go around safe zone? Everybody have the liberty to move, to adopt a strategy, to chase each other. That is exciting. That's why I like Moscow. And I don't know if you agree with me or not. You can disagree with me if you want. But if you like Moscow, if you like Cairo, if you like San Francisco, then Good for you. Me, I'd rather have a little bit more action and the liberty to support my allies and maybe to gang up on the enemy by being able to travel all around. Another feature that I don't know why they remove is the military lab. There's no military lab in this Rome city. Military lab is the asset, is the node that gives you the most buff. So it's the one you want to protect, guard, and protect at all costs. So you don't have that here. You have those air battles, but air battles, they don't give you buff. Yes, they give you rewards, but I mean, who cares? So that's it, friends. That's my opinion about Rome. I hope that Lilith will either fix Rome or release a new city that will be perfect for battling. Maybe offer a different layout, not offer a square, maybe something more linear, so you have to go forward and you have different routes you can take. I don't know, but I mean, this is getting old. Just changing a few features, removing, and we need something different, like Hegemon. Hegemon is amazing because it's different. Those conquests, it's all the same in the end, and it's just getting worse and worse. Thanks for listening to me, friends. If you agree with me, if you think that Rome is trash, let me know. If you love Rome, then tell me why. And maybe if you're skeptical, if you're not sure, what would you like to be different in Rome? Would you like more combat? Would you like more farming? Would you like no buff at all so everyone is at the same level? Let me know. I know that Lilith is listening to us, but are they really doing what we want? Or are they just listening and putting all those comments in the trash can? That's it, friends. Have a good Super Bowl. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video. See ya.